Uh, game audio, check. Okay. And... Alright, we're all set. Okay, I should probably pull the chat. I keep forgetting all this stuff. Apparently, I guess I'm logged out of Restream. Can't see chat. Okay. One second. Just have Twitch Stream Manager on this side. That should be decent.
Arcade mode.
And here we go. Perfect. I always have to like mess around with this stuff. Just jump into it, really. No fancy intro, just
We're here at last.
no gameplay.
Yes. How long I've waited for this moment.
So it looks like the heads are indeed the weak point. They're kind of tiny targets. That was close. Headshots feel pretty good in this game, although it's... Not every vampire has... The head is the weak point. Sometimes it's different. Depends on which one you fight.
Stay back.
Alright, go for the sarcomas. Wow, okay. That looked like it was gonna go very wrong, and then the last second kind of worked itself out. There we go. That should be a life up.
Please help the others.
Saving all the people. I can save 3 of the 4, though. That'll still count.
Life up.
Life up. Splendid, the moment where existence turns to nothingness in a flash of brilliance. Nothing is more beautiful than the moment of death. Okay. It's very deep.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah. He agrees.
Life up.
There you go.
Where am I? What am I doing here?
Shoot the door. To take the rooftop back.
Why? Why is this happening?
Nice.
This can't be. My wife.
So I think because I'm at max health, that's a bonus. 1,000 points? Like House of the Dead? I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same mechanic. Considering that both games were made by the same people. There you go.
Stay back. Amazing.
Amazing. Why, thank you. Playing with fire there, being super accurate.
Now, let's have some fun.
Whee! This is fun. Just running in a forest, being chased by a sword-wielding vampire, of course. Trying to shoot carefully because he has invincibility after every hit. That's pretty good. I typically shoot 2 bullets at each projectile in case one misses. Sometimes I shoot more just to be safe.
I never thought I'd meet such worthy opponents. But the fun's over. Be prepared because I've no mercy for you.
This sword will mark your graves. More headshots. You can't start shooting him until his body fully materializes in front of you. There we go. No damage first 2 stages. Also, I'm gonna check my audio.
Why protect the humans? What are you fighting for? Why? Light and shadow. Is there no way to free us from fate?
So this should be okay. Alright, first, third stage. Okay, alright, first, third stage. Turn my mic gain up a bit.
Lose to humans? We are not made for defeat. You're no vampire.
Just turning game up a bit. It's such a pain to like balance the audio of this. Hopefully this is better.
After I'm done with you,
So the amount of, I think the rank actually changes how many of these projectiles come at you. So that left knight, if you shoot it, you take a different path. And I kind of prefer the left path. The right path is actually very difficult. You also get less hostages to rescue. So left path is pretty good, I'd say. Life ups on the top there, but I'm at max lives already.
My family.
Hey. Shooting a flamethrower, guys, is never not satisfying. It's the sound design and the visuals is really good. Always a pleasure. Save that guy, so just one more. Ah, I missed it. She nearly like dive kicked me there.
don't be so sure of yourselves, humans.
Alright, let's see how this boss fight goes. There we go. I think it's probably just best to wait for him to attack and then shoot him. Like that. That's probably better for accuracy. Like, you can shoot him here for chip damage, but sometimes the hits don't register, so... yeah. I think this just works much better. Whee. Okay, where's that phase? He's gonna do the one where he's gonna move to the side. That one wasn't too bad, but he's eventually gonna do it. I knew it.
Reload.
That's like the worst part. The fact that he's got like iframes like, between most of his shots, he's moving side to side like that, you just have so little time to react. Okay, you can't do chip damage on him, you just gotta be particular about it. Okay, and just the flight phases. Which I love it.
So, that's the way it is it? Me, defeated by humans? Never!
That was scary.
Life up.
Life up. Phantasma Concerto.
He's been defeated.
Reload.
Okay, so this part, this is the boss that has been giving me a lot of trouble recently. Mostly with the early phases can kind of get me, and I've struggled with it for. You can't really practice it in the boss mode, which kind of sucks. So, there we go. Okay. So I need to like get him on the second attempt, really. Two lives down the crabber. Okay. Okay, so apparently for these guys, you can actually shoot the shadows. It's that little kind of spark effect that's appearing that's actually like indicating that you can shoot them, so. I've never had success doing that. I'm not sure if that actually is a thing, like some unseen mechanic that people don't know about, but apparently you can do it. Oh, damn it. Missed her. Garlic. Yeah, the bonus items in this game are kind of funny because it's like garlic or...
Reload.
Okay, check out the branching path. Some are pretty funny. I think one of the other items you get is like a watermelon, and apparently it's a reference to in some folklore it's believed that there's some connection between vampires and like fruit or like dead people. It was mentioned in one of the interviews. I have to look into it. I guess it makes sense too to have the player lives be crosses. You know, pretty cool looking. All right, well, for one more damage. And hopefully I do decent at this boss. This boss has been giving me trouble. So the other, you have to find out which is which is not the clone. So the one that falls down on the rock is actually the correct one. Pay attention. Didn't get it. Damn it. Heck, losing like 4 lives on this fight. It's like a memory game. It's like kind of tripping me up. It's a AAA. Yeah, there's a little bit of a distortion effect. If you're playing this on a CRT, I'm playing on an emulator, obviously, but if you're playing on a CRT, it's a bit harder to tell from what I've heard from people playing. They can notice that effect. Damn it. I feel like I need to sit further back from my screen. I think that's what's messing up the gun for IR. I wasn't playing that fight well, but anyways, though. That's kind of my fault. Hope this sound mixing is okay. I have trouble, like, trying to balance the game audio and my voice, so if the game audio is too low, if it's too high, or my voice isn't too good, just let me know. I'll try to fix it. Yeah, Raul is... his name is Raul, he's a pain. So these are raw 1cc attempts. If I fail, I'm just gonna reset, so... although I will skip cutscenes just to kind of make the runs a bit more bearable, but, you know, that's what you have to do, I guess, for these 1cc attempts. Play through them all.
We're here at last.
When I do a video for this, I'll let the cutscenes play out.
For this moment.
When I do that.
Let us settle
Because I'm pretty fine with getting a 1cc on stream and then recording, eventually practicing off stream for a 1cc video for YouTube, and then that'll be the goal. But that's first we gotta get the 1cc. So And really, it just comes down to the final 3 stages for me. And I still need to practice on Raul. Okay, and then 3 little Burwingos. There you go. Man, this game looks great. I know I'm playing on up-res textures, but this game looks pretty damn good. It's got a great atmosphere to it. It's one of the things I love about it. That is not a good start. You have to save the people, not kill them. Simple concept. Hard to execute. I like how she just pushed the one on the ground to the right.
Please help the others.
Reflections are pretty good.
Wait.
I had to lower the stream quality from 1080p to 720p, but because apparently streaming only at 1080p would just not be good for most people, so I think it still looks pretty good at 720p. The arcade version looked a lot better than the PS2 release, because it was just a more powerful PS2 for the arcade board. Same for Time Crisis 3, because it's the same system. I didn't get any bonus lives in stage 1. That was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Oh. So I have to make him up in this level now. You have to have high enough accuracy and save enough people. There's a life up there. I think otherwise, outside of some updated visual, slightly up-res textures, arcade's pretty identical otherwise.
What am I doing here?
Also, obviously, it doesn't have the special mode, which you get from its only home ports. Should probably focus less on accuracy and more on survivals, maybe. Probably shouldn't be as afraid right now to just spray bullets. Get the door open. Save these 2 idiots.
Why is this happening?
There we go. So that'll be extra life.
Can't be. My wife.
Life up.
Yes.
My daughter.
Awesome. So extra life. If you pick up an extra life when you're at max lives, it's 1,000 bonus points. Which is a very House of the Dead thing to do, because House of the Dead also awards you if you pick up max health. There we go. And, boss time. There's a few more branching paths that I don't really show off. I typically go for the rooftop, but there's some other branches if you don't save Caroline, or if you shoot certain enemies or leave certain enemies alive. The second chapter is by far the most branching paths, but as the game continues, it gets a lot more linear. There's a fork in the road for branching paths in stages 3 and 4. There's nothing in Chapter 1, there's nothing in Chapter 5 or 6. So a bit limited with branching paths, but it is... But just the very fact that this game has branching paths, I do very much appreciate.
Let's have
It's
some
one of my
fun.
favorite features of Lycan games, and some games have a ton of branching paths and some don't. It really depends on the game. Either circumstances behind like how they were made, or just the developers wanted, or maybe a combination of the two. Hey, acquisition work. Yeah, going well. Yeah, this yeah, that is totally true with the branching paths. Sorry, I'm a bit jet lagged. I might have to grab a drink of water or something after this fight. It's a lot of like, I know they simplified it in House of the Dead 3, and yeah, there is some fatigue that goes into it. Also, maybe like it's too complicated, and like they just want to make the paths more obvious to players. Like they cut down branching paths heavily in House of the Dead 3 versus 2. And then House of the Dead 4 kind of went back to the traditional branching path system. Like, the levels are in a linear order, but there's branching paths in most of them. To make up for it, I think a lot of the paths that you make, they're pretty significant decisions. Like the paths comprise most of the actual levels. So like, regardless of what path you're taking, it'll make up a decent chunk of the stage, so thus it's a very significant decision, thus good as a branching path. Whereas in House of the Dead 3, it was just, you get to choose levels. And then Scarlet Dawn cut back branching paths heavily. You can choose the levels in any order, but only 2 of the 5 levels actually have a branching path, which was kind of disappointing.
Why protect the humans? What are you fighting for? Why?
I think House of the Dead 1 and 2 did branching paths the best. Although I guess 4's is good. I guess I'll give 4 some credit as well.
Is there no way to free us from fate?
Oh yeah. 1 second, let me grab the water, I'm sorry. These games make me very tired. Yeah, Scarlet Dawn's branching path thing in the chariot stage is weird. So, it's basically the number of lives you have, if it's even or odd, determines a path you take. If you have an even number of lives, you take the right path, which I prefer because it's better for scoring. Actually, I don't even know it's better for scoring. It's I think easier to start off with. Whereas if you have an odd number of lives, you take the left path. And then if you do 2-player, it takes the sum of both players' lives and determines if that's even or odd. It's really weird. I've never heard of that in any Lycan game ever. I kind of wish you could have just shot the control panel on those elevators and that would change the path, but you can't interact with them. I've tried.
After I'm done with you, no one will know.
And then the other branching path in Scarlet Dawn is if you don't shoot the drawbridge, you take a little detour. But it's not that interesting of a set piece because it's just a little hallway. With like some barrel throwing enemies and like a horde and some extra items. I guess that is the worthwhile elements of it, is you get those bonus items, but yeah. I'm not sure if they intended more branching paths and they were cut from the game. It is very weird that the High Priestess laboratory stage doesn't have a branching path. Definitely needed one. That level's kind of boring. Okay, probably the worst level in that one. Alright, see if I can do better at these flame guys. I did it well. Just for scoring, you're supposed to weaken them by shooting their legs. And then finish them off with a weak point. Max lives. It's the garlic. There you go. You get lots of things to shoot on this table, which is pretty nice. The left flamethrower guy attacks pretty quickly, so I try to... Man, the flamer's just moving fast now. So I guess rank depends... Rank alters how fast projectiles move. Out of the way. Okay. Get the coin.
Close. Thank you. Take this.
Alright, boss time. I think this is the second run where I've beaten the first two stages without getting hits, so at least I'm getting better at those. I think the troubles really start forming with this boss. You can shoot him for chip damage, but I'm not really the best at it. It kind of messes up my accuracy if I miss. So, I just wait for him to attack and then shoot for him. Yeah, it seems to work okay for the most part. There you go. Yeah, you can do a little bit of damage in between phases, but it's not something. It's not too significant, but at least you can do it. It seems like you can shoot him when he's got that flamey outline around him. So something like that, I guess. Oh, come on, man. He's like eventually gonna do a thing where he moves back and forth quickly, and I'm probably gonna get hit by it. As I say it, he pulls it off. But it's... These phasers are now a bit easier because rank is down because they got hit. These phases are easier now too. And you can finish him off with that one last hit, which is pretty funny. Before he even has a chance to attack. Let's quickly check something here.
Defeated by humans? Never!
Sorry about that.
That was scary.
Just get yourself held together.
Life up.
Life up. Okay. So back where I was before. Yeah, this is the boss. This is just so hard. And so Frank is really high. Like it's not impossible to avoid damage, but it's much more punishing.
He's been defeated.
He deserved it.
Take a break
You
during this
still can't
cutscene.
forget about her.
What do you know? What I have lost. The pain I have suffered. Now, let's see what a human can do.
Thank you for rescuing me.
There's no need to thank us. We're here too. They're coming.
Yeah, it really did. It's...
Reload.
So the life up is up there by the ceiling. It's really hard to tell, but it is there. I typically skip cutscenes. Sometimes I let them play out just if there's a funny line I feel like hearing or
How vain
goofy dialogue. I hate that. It's like you have to. You kind of have a 50-50 shot, I guess. My gun doing the thing again. Yeah, my gun does that. I don't know, there's like resistance. I really don't know. It feels like it's pretty good with the gun, honestly. I'll keep letting it out. Oh. It's so hard to do commentary while playing. I apologize if like my thoughts kind of like trail off. They don't really add much to anything. These games are so fucking hard. So it's really hard to do commentary. There you go. So
Impossible.
2 more if I get the
Can't
branching
take them out
path
with just a gun.
coming up here. I only have reload down to my D-pad, but I'm using on-screen reload, no D-pad.
Reload.
Okay, saved hers and then 2 more villagers. Damn it. Well, that may be enough for like a save. 2 and 3. Then two boys from the Shadow Realm. And then the Ring Boy. And this phase. Yeah, so you see like there's like a distortion for the clones. Those are the ones you can't kill. It's to find a real one. Okay, I'm gonna mash the trigger ball. As much as I'm like going for accuracy, I think that's like just not too hard for me right now, and then my gun. Why does my gun keep fucking doing that? That's a dead bug. Okay, I'm still alive. I really hate it when that happens. Whatever. Keep going. You humans disgust me! This guy disgusts me with his RNG mystery patterns. Jeez. No room for error, especially on high rank. Man. Stop that attack. Like, you can't practice the opening phases where he has the clones. Like, that's not. There's a boss mode for this game, but it doesn't have that. And I think that's really annoying. Because I struggle with those phases, because you have to react quickly, and if you don't, like, find the right clone in time, then you can take damage. Yeah, this is like, I think for most of his fight, like, I typically don't have too much issues with that particular phase. It's just the opening phases I need to practice.
Hasn't he suffered enough? Humans suffer
I need to suffer more for taking 4 of my lives.
Why am I still alive?
Live your life as a human.
Yeah, I'll have to do save
Fight your
states.
soul.
I'll probably do
Once
save
again.
states maybe off stream. Other stage cleared. You're not able to speed this up.
Life up.
Okay, you can get a life up. So I found out there's actually 2 life ups in the 5th level. There's one at the very start that's really hard to get. I'll go for it and we'll see what happens. And then there's one at the end. I didn't know that first life existed. I thought it was just 1 life in that whole stage. But there are 2.
Wait.
I guess that makes up for
Vampire.
because there's no people to rescue in the final or the 5th level.
No! Please let me. I'll hold them off for sure.
For sure.
Leave at once. Sir Vampire has suffered enough.
No. Not this time.
The voice always
So be it.
reminded me
If
of
this is what you want,
what's her name?
I must stop you
Amy
here.
from House of the Dead too. I think a similar accent. Thank you. Please take this. So I shot him. There's a life on the top.
Life
There it is.
up.
So that life is tricky to get, but no, lost it. Projectiles in this stage are like very difficult to see sometimes. Like, look how tiny those things are, those little icicles coming at you. So, So the frozen level here is where it just the difficulty really just ramps up. I also don't like these phases. These phases really mess me up. You have to shoot really quickly. The amount of balls she sends at you is based on the rank.
Reload.
And you have to just spam bullets really fast. Like, you can't even... Like, I didn't see that projectile coming. It's so tiny. See what I mean? It's like you could barely see the stuff coming at you. Just when I say it, it just gets me. It's like, you kind of want to kill those things as fast as possible when they appear. Otherwise, yeah, look, do those projectiles, and those projectiles are super nasty. Tiny to shoot, and very hard to see. It's like you need a... It's like you need a magnifying glass to see them. Ugh. I should have looked away there. I feel like I look at chat and like the viewer count. I need to hide that.
We're here at last.
Sure, I can like even hide that.
How long I've waited for this moment.
I can't. I don't.
Let us settle this.
I wish I could. I feel like I look at that stuff too much, but I'm not able to.
Who shall die?
Looks like nothing
Let's have my phone
survived here
nearby.
too. They're coming.
They're coming. I'm back. There we go. I like how they disintegrate when you kill them. Pretty cool effect. There we go. Okay, got those two. Nice. There we go. I tend to like
Please help
let
the
them
others.
walk a bit closer to me because if they're too far, I feel like it's just too much harder to shoot them. Just to be safe, I let them get a little bit close.
Life up.
Obviously, you don't want them too near, but you know, somewhere you gotta find that middle line. And that was the bonus life I missed in the last run. So good to get that back. And then we'll get to max lives with the start of this chapter, and then try to maintain max lives as long as this game will allow me to. As long as I can keep up with it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Got the max lives again. And yeah, I kind of like this path a bit better. More people to rescue.
Where am I? What am I doing here?
And 2 more coming up. At least if I get the rooftop path. The other thing about those little midget guys is that they, one thing that sucks about them is that the projectiles kind of come at you from an angle rather than dead on. So it can kind of throw you off. I'm trying to get that life back. That's fine though. I guess if any, it'll just lower the rank. I've seen some people, like, once you see this in the arcade, they take damage on purpose to lower the rank, the dynamic difficulty, I guess. Save her.
Why? Why is this happening?
Yeah, they really do. It's especially, like I said, in the 5th level. Which is what got me the last run. Just so tiny.
My wife!
Life up!
Get the life back. There we go. Back to the rooftop. The scene's so cool that it has to have its own music. Reload. That's the same sound effect used in House of the Dead 3, which is a bit funny.
Reload! Reload!
Reload! Okay. So we'll try the sword guy again and see how this goes. What's different in the arcade? Oh man. I have to watch the footage again. Guess that may be one of the only audio differences in the arcade then.
Now, let's have some fun.
What else to talk about, really? I'm just running out of things to say. I think... So my dad's working today, but it's actually his birthday today, so we got to spend the arcade yesterday. Spend the time with Day yesterday at the park and then arcade. It was really fun. Put up some pinball scores. I got a 1cc on Time Crisis 3 there after a few attempts. So. It was good to spend time with him again. Also, I went to an arcade on
I never
this
thought I'd
today.
meet such worthy opponents. But the fun's over.
Today's Tuesday.
Be
So,
prepared, because
Sunday,
I know
actually,
mercy.
over the weekend, I actually went to
Mark your grave.
a place that had Crisis Zone, so I finally got to play Crisis Zone for the first time, and I like it. I like the arcade version way better than PS2. Very impactful shooting and fun scoring system, and sound system's incredible. What they pulled off for its time. I personally think Crisis Zone's really good. I played it a few times, and honestly, I could have played it more if I really wanted to. If I had the time, but I had to go. Oh yeah, the recoil, unfortunately, the recoil was working on that particular cabinet. Damn it! That was my fault. I'm making it really hard for myself because I'm just trying to be accurate, but like, you have to be. because you need that. You need the extra lives.
Why protect the humans? What are you
Lives
fighting?
are just so critical in this game. And, let's see what we got here. Saved all the people.
Life up.
There we go. That's enough. I'll take it. Also, like it for Crisis Zone, I find like despite the fact that the graphics are a lot older, I just find them more charming. I think like Time Crisis 2 also, like it's a short game, but it's very addicting. It keeps you wanting to play it over and over, and I think that's what makes it such a good game. There's some longer Lycan games that I enjoy, but like I don't really have a sense of wanting to play them again, at least immediately, because they take a lot out of you. Like this game is on like one of the longer sides. For 1cc purposes, I'll play it repeatedly, but it's definitely on the long side. So for a short game like Time Crisis 2, it's like Time Crisis 2 you can beat in like 15 minutes or so, or Crisis Zone like 18 minutes. It's under 20 minutes for both for sure, and like they're kind of more bite-sized in length, and the scoring system and pacing is like pretty fun, and especially like in the terms of the pacing, and so that just it keeps you coming back to it because it feels so good shooting stuff, and then it's just the vying for the 1cc, or like once you get that, it's like go for the scores, and definitely after a few plays on the Crisis Zone, I started improving a little bit. Yeah, totally very 90s. That's the best way to describe it. It's just, yeah, there's something about them I just enjoyed. If not, I don't mean to like trash the PS2 version. What am I doing? PS2 version's good, it's just, I don't know. The arcade just kind of hits a bit different. Also, the arcade version, some of the enemy placements are a lot different than the PS2. Definitely is a different feel. You just have to play both. It's hard to explain, but you have to play both, and like the differences will like immediately start coming out to you. With the light up there, got a whatever item that was. I couldn't see it because I collected it so fast. So that base on the right, left is some item. Missed the right. That's fine. We'll keep going.
What happened to my family?
That was close. Put a lot of stuff shot on the table there, though. So, those are worth bonus points if you can pull that off. Yeah, a lot of point items. There's a bit of RNG that goes into where they spawn. But like if it's not in one area, it'll probably be in other. Like there's like, it seems like each item has like, will pop up in one of two different places.
That was close. Thank you.
Some of the other House of the Dead games are like that. Scarlet Dawn is like that. There's a few like coins in House of the Dead 1 that kind of have some RNG where they appear. But you're guaranteed to get them. It's just, I like to call it equal opportunity RNG. Like it's in the same area. It's just that you may have to like hunt a bit further with the destructible objects, but it's somewhere. you will get it. You just gotta... A tiny bit of luck that goes into it, but it's... If you're a fast enough shot and get through it, it really shouldn't matter too much. Alright, now for the fiery Hanging Man. So that's what he looks like. He looks like Hangman from House of the Dead. There's an item hidden in that room. I think that's the one that where it is kind of like luck-based. Sometimes I've had it appear in like one of the left destructible objects. Sometimes it's on the right. So yeah, get some chip damage on the fight, which is good. There you go. Stop him there. Now he's doing his laser beam. Sometimes he moves side to side very erratically, and that can throw me off. Usually when I say that and mention that face will do it. He didn't do it that time. Does it there? That face sucks when he moves side to side like that. He chooses that version at random. So you really have to keep a bead on him. It's just such an accuracy-driven game. It goes without saying.
Reload.
Okay. And, there we go. I think that was no damage. So getting better at that fight. Sometimes the laser attack can throw me off if I get bad RNG. But for the most part, it's not too bad.
Defeated by humans?
Do you want to fight together? Feels like awkward going to go for chip damage. Yeah, it is kind of, because it's like, yeah, you want that balance because you want the full mag for the attack.
That was scary.
But at the same time, like, you can get some extra accuracy percentages. Because, again, the game keeps track of your accuracy, and that actually factors into your scoring. But at the same time, it's risky, because if you miss it, you lose accuracy, and yeah, you want that full mag. It's, yeah, there's always pros and cons with the strategies. It's just trying to find the right balance. I guess when learning out the 1cc for this particular game, it's kind of best to just shoot enemies as fast as possible, really.
He's
And the
been
bosses, too.
defeated.
He deserved it.
Alright. Alright, back to the Dark Mine. Just the light. I'm already at max, so it doesn't matter too much. Oh yes, sometimes there's an item. Got it. Those, the columns you can shoot, and you can get more, items in them. It's kind of random, again.
I must admit, you have done well.
Okay.
Go.
I'll try to focus here. These faces give me so much trouble.
Enough! You humans disgust me! Now it's your turn to suffer!
Okay. Okay. So I gotta find the real one, not the fakes. Basically. Okay. That's another. Too slow. I feel like you have to get the correct one on the second go. Okay. Get the flying golden skull. I'm not sure how much that's worth.
Impossible! You can't take them on with just a gun!
Then give me a life up then. So if you clear those two enemies too slowly, Caroline falls in that dark hole area, and you take a different path. And that's pretty much the last branching path of the game. There's no more afterwards. More of those shadow vampires. They're kind of cool looking. Yeah, you see that little thing on the ground, so that indicates... That shiny circle indicates a weak point. I don't know if you can actually shoot them on the ground. Okay, let's try these bases out. You gotta find the right one, not the clones, once again. It's too slow there. Okay.
You humans
I think
made
last
me
time I was
remember
at one life.
I couldn't save her.
So, a bit better. Humans, heal my soul! Yeah. All that stuff. This phase happens by random. Sometimes it happens at the end, but randomly it happens in the middle of a fight. And you actually, like, get a lot of damage on him, so it's kind of good RNG. And he's out of it. So you can either switch into that attack or go out of it. It's completely random. Okay, still got it. Apparently. Okay, that was actually better than before. That was better.
Sophie,
I only took 2 hits.
forgive me.
For his clone phases.
Please save him! Hasn't he suffered enough? Humans suffer, right?
Why?
Suffer like G did.
Why am I still alive?
Live your life as a
Whenever
human.
like Ungame talks about
Fight your
suffering,
soul
I have to...
once again.
I cannot really take him that seriously. This game kind of tries to be serious, and it doesn't really work. Yeah, I was pretty lucky with the RNG. I guess there is some luck that goes into it for sure. Like several times, like it was the middle clone that you had to shoot. Typically, it's the left or right ones. Okay, time for the Ice Queen.
Please wait.
No, I'm skipping. I can't wait. I'm going to be very like. Okay, got the light up. Okay, good. I gotta pay attention here, so I may not talk too much, but like, it's so hard to see the projectiles. I have to kind of. Like, that guy threw a projectile, may not have seen it. These magician look-alike vampires.
Reload.
I love the music in this stage. This is a cool level. Alright, the
I must
balls.
stop you here.
You have to kind of spam bullets really quickly. It's so scary.
Reload.
And it dependent on rank, there's like 4 of these balls. You see? I mean, you just gotta... It's like a point-blank minigame, which isn't surprising because Namco did both games, this and Point Blank. Wow. Okay, got projectiles he's dead. You have to kind of squint to see them. Imagine like playing this on a CRT monitor, like... Projectiles are down. Got it. He's down. Okay. So just dealing with them as fast as possible is pretty much the goal. Gun control the arcade version uses. I think it does use like a gun con 2 or something. I think in Japan it was like bright colored in the US. And like black in Japan. It's a weird censorship law. I guess they don't want the light guns to look too realistic. Oh shit. Scary. Like, just the volley projectiles that are just, you need a microscope to see them.
Please let us be as you once did 300 years ago.
I don't care I got hit there. I'm just gonna wait back. Okay, now to fight Diane. That is her name. So the bosses do have names. The stage 5 boss is the Queen of Ice, Diane, the vampire lady.
So you have come this far. But I cannot let you go any further.
Have it your way.
Yeah, it's funny because this game was a collaboration between Sega and Namco. Sega WoW Entertainment, as they were known. Basically the same
Humans
people
and
who worked on
vampires
House of the Dead.
compromising. What a
And
shame to
they
say, little
worked
one.
on the software side.
But I can't
Namco did
stop
the
here.
cabinet
The warmth
and distributed the
Sir Vampire
machine,
has
so
given me.
no doubt Namco
I
was
can't
responsible
turn
for
back
those
now.
guns. So, unsurprising, it's like the same, yeah, the same point-blank Time Crisis type guns, which I've actually never really played much with because I don't see them working on the cabinets I play, which sucks, because they look cool. I guess the gun I have is somewhat close to it, not entirely, but the gun to I have. It was too slow. Alright, time to focus. And I'm just gonna throw caution into the wind, just mash on the accuracy. I feel like my triggers sometimes like it doesn't register something's really hard. Like I've had some issues with this gun for IR and the report it. keep going. There you go. I'll get a life back and we'll enter final boss of 4 lives.
Little one,
Final boss.
what you said may be true.
Yep, Crisis Zone, the standard gun was only a machine gun. And it was a really good game.
My beloved.
I played the arcade version recently. It was for the first time. It was a lot of fun. I'd like to check it out again sometime. There's not too many arcades around here that have Crisis Zone, but the fact that there is an arcade that has Crisis Zone, period, like, it is...
Life up.
It's pretty nice. There's that life up. I'm a bit disappointed that I took some of the hits I did. I want to enter this final boss at max lives, but I'll try my best. This boss fight is a nightmare. It's pretty much going to be the main obstacle between me and that 1cc. So I'll probably let the cutscenes run out just so I can
But
have time to think.
We must go
'Cause
on from here without
this
you.
boss is just a
You must
nightmare.
stay here if you don't want to die.
You mustn't die. You
What was
must
that
live
Aerosmith
on.
game at the arcade? That was... I think you're thinking of Revolution X from Midway. Yeah, it's the same... It's like the Terminator mounted gun game. It's with Aerosmith and has their music and has some weird plot line. I haven't played it too much. It's a quarter muncher, but
Live as a vampire,
the game's kind of funny, I guess.
as an immortal. How I
I haven't played... I saw Terminator Judgment Day at the arcade. I haven't really played it that much. It's another game that's sort of like a quarter muncher. Maybe one day I'll play through it in MAME and see like what can be done with it. But yeah, I haven't played it too much.
What we started 300 years ago.
I know they made an arcade 1-up version of Terminator 2 arcade. I saw it at Best Buy. They used Sinden light guns, I believe, for the guns. Anyway, final boss. This guy sucks. If he steams roll me, he can do whatever he wants because it's all up to the game now. I can't even see the bats. The sun background kind of throws me off. We'll see how this goes. I'll try my best, I guess. I'm like shooting him, he's like not taking it. Maybe I'm not hitting in the right area. Maybe it's a very finicky box. The chest area, maybe. I'm not sure. I may have to watch the replay of that. Yeah, upper chest. I guess that's what the game wants me to shoot. This boss is so tiring. Just shooting rapidly. Okay, that's the first phase. And the second phase gets much harder.
What has changed you?
Yeah, I haven't played Revolution X in a while. I think last time I played it was Galloping Ghost. Or maybe the pinball at the Zoo show in Michigan, which was actually the first arcade pinball show I ever went to when I was a kid, and that kind of spearheaded my whole pinball career with tournaments, but that's a different story. That's the thing I do outside of Legend games. Okay, so then this phase, the second phase is worse. His attacks suck. I'll try my best. Okay. Good start. I hate that phase, like, I don't even know where you're supposed to shoot. I guess the chest. Or maybe the head. Man. Hello. So that side-to-side motion is like the worst thing about that phase, and I haven't really like adapted to it, but technically that was the best run of so far today, reaching final stage in 1 credit. What are we looking at with time? I tend to try to keep these streams at least 2 hours. I guess I have one more time. I guess I have time for one more run. 2 hours typically is like the limit I put on these streams. Yeah, I'll try one more attempt. I think maybe it'd help if I got to that boss in max lives, but beating the first phase in 1 credit, I think that was a first for me. It's just the secondary phases. What sucks, again, you can't actually practice that second phase.
How long I've waited for this moment.
Because this game has a boss mode, but it doesn't let you practice the phase I was losing at, so sometimes why's my trigger? Sometimes the trigger on my gun gets stuck. It's really annoying. I have to kind of mash the trigger like this, and then it fixes itself. I got the 1cc just on default settings. You know, modified settings. Yeah, it's just such a nightmarish fight. A 1cc of this is possible in default settings. It's just really hard. Some people have there's not many 1cc videos of this game online, which I've noticed. There's one on the arcade cabinet, and then Cad's Gun Shooting and SM Raidus, two fantastic light gun players, they've done it as well. SM Raidus, like mentioned, it was like just the hardest light gun game he's ever 1cc'd, and I feel like I've 1cc'd. I mean, there's a difference, because there's unfair light gun games, and then there's fair ones, and like, I do feel like this game, despite being hard, it is pretty, like, fair, like, you can still deal with stuff, but it pushes you, I guess, against, like, your physical limits. It really just pushes it to the limit when that ranks up. Yeah, my gun trigger. Feels like I have to push the gun trigger really hard for it now. But we'll get the extra life.
Please help the others.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on with this gun. But we'll keep going. What's enough for a life up? Oh, damn. Oh, because my accuracy was so shit, because I was spamming bullets. That sucks. That's my fault then. I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Is that a turtle with a cat's head on it? What the hell are those items? Or objects?
Let's go. Yeah.
That wheel that spins. What is even like going out with the loading screens in this game? Like, I don't get what's going on. Is it a tarot card motif or something? gonna save her, and then we'll go this way then, I guess. And save this guy.
Where am I? What am I doing here?
Get out of here. If this is like default settings, I can't imagine. Oh my gun misfires. It's really frustrating. I need to like report these issues to the Gun for IR people. Okay, now it's working again.
I think I'd make it.
Because it's supposed to be even like a light press on the trigger, and you can still like get the click. Great. Dead. Oh well. We'll play on. I guess maybe like playing worse would actually make the game easier. No, I'm trying to like get into the mindset of like the rank system in this game. Like just kind of wrangle what I'm dealing with. Because if you're at max lives, I mean we can all agree like the game is like that's gotta be like maximum velocity for this game's difficulty. If you're at max health and you haven't really gotten hit in a while, like... Yeah, the gun's fucking up now. That's unfortunate. Not sure what's causing that.
Thank you for saving
So probably
me.
because I've gotten hit so many times now, this boss is just gonna be super, super easy. Yeah, look how many look at like the increments of health that he's losing with each hit. So he's a lot easier now. So that's the duality of this game's rank system. So if you're playing well, the game gets hard. If you're playing bad, the game gets easy. If you could wrap your mind around that. With a lot of the hits though, it's just taking this. My gun was fucking up, but whatever.
Now, let's have some fun.
Let's have some fun. Yep, let's do it again. I gotta hold down the trigger, like, and hope that it's like something stuck, but man. Get it again. Yep. It's so frustrating. I don't know what's going on with this gun. I need to stop like bitching about it, but it's like getting a problem at this point. And two more. May not be the end. Hey Noko, what's up? Yeah, multi-stream. It is a multi-stream, but I am playing only one game.
I never thought I'd meet
Not
such
multiple.
worthy opponents.
I may have to do a multi-stream one day. Just maybe just do like a tiny marathon. Once in a while I feel motivated to do like a little marathon like I did before with the Sega Model 2 games. That was kind of fun. Okay, now the big sword vampire demon guy. So just go for the head. I've seen pictures. There was a Super Deluxe cabinet for this. I never saw it. If it had those giant projection screen monitors, I can only imagine that stuff would just fail over time. The arcade I went to on Sunday actually had a still functioning big screen House of the Dead 1 Super Deluxe. That cabinet is very hard to find. So the fact that it was actually still in working order, like you actually could play it still, was a miracle. Although it's unfortunate that those cabinets are just on life support at this point. Because you can't find those parts. So I imagine the Vampire Knight Super Deluxe met the same fate.
Why?
Light and shadow. You even get a life up for this? Probably not. Yeah. It's not particularly good of a run. Alright, Burning Rhapsody. I like the chapter titles are pretty interesting in this game. And the text that appears. I'm playing like trash in this playthrough, but I don't know. Hopefully we can get some more lives. Let's try to get the 3 lives.
You existed or not.
The flaming embers. Only 6 of them. Typically there'd be like 8 or something. So I guess like rank changes how many how much stuff you actually have to shoot down. Very interesting. Super Deluxe House of the Dude become rare too. Yeah. The big screen have the House of the Dead 2. I don't see that often. There's an even rarer version that's like a sit-down cabinet, like a cockpit. A bit like Lost World Jurassic Park, if you ever played that one. And yeah, those cabinets are getting very difficult to find. I imagine there's like some people out there who like own the cabinets and like collect them. But I imagine most of the cabinets, like if they're not working at the arcade, like they just get sold or trashed. My gun's on the tricks again. It's so frustrating. I feel like most of my accuracy kind of being crap in the ratings is because I'm like mashing the trigger, hoping for my gun to actually work. What is wrong with this thing? It's clicking so the micro switch is registering. Like it's actually the lever system is touching it. Just I don't know. It really sucks. There was a sit-down Lost World cabinet here at Data went to. It's not like I guess it depends on where you live. For like US, I think it's not super common as much as it was before, but it's still out there. Yeah, my gun is dying. That really blows. Paid like a lot of money for this gun, and now it's like this deteriorating. So I guess now the rank is like super low now because I keep getting hits. Yeah, the arcade here, the sit-down Lost World cabinet, unfortunately, the guns have seen better days. I did try it out, and it did not work well. They also, the monitor died, so they just put like a Panasonic or Mitsubishi old television screen there. It didn't really look that good. Like, it didn't mesh with the game, and... but it was there. Complete with like the siren lights on the top and the cool topper with the T-Rex on it. Which actually, from what I've heard, is somewhat rare, and a lot of the cabinets don't have it. Yeah, it's the sit-down cocktail cabinets. There's a lot of good light gun games that have that stuff, for sure. And it's just a shame they're getting so harder to find.
Stupid humans! I'll show you how incompetent you are!
It's mostly just the newer stuff now that you're seeing, like Luigi's Mansion Arcade or House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn or Operation Ghost Target Bravo that have the sit-down enclosed cabinets, I guess, to try to be like the older ones, and but time will tell even when those games will go away too. I guess I'm thinking too far ahead though. Should just I guess just enjoy what I can right now, and it's just kind of interesting how the times have changed, and like I've grown up, and like all the arcades I remember, like most of them are closed, or like those games that I would see commonly, like Rapid River or something, are like super rare now, like very hard to find. Like it's crazy how times change, but time moves on. It's things get old, things deteriorate. I mean, you can, in a home environment, you can probably maintain that stuff. I mean, there's diehard arcade collectors for sure, which is very admirable. But, most people, like a lot of these cabinets, I think most of them don't really, like, get that treatment. Like, they can get trashed or, like, they never get fixed. But maybe I'm being too negative or pessimistic, I'm not sure. Point is, if you see a local arcade, you see those games, definitely give them a try, because you never know if that's like the last time they'll be there, Take pictures, even. There's many arcades I regret not taking pictures for, because then it's like I don't have, like, any visual evidence that I've played these really cool games. Soon, with all the advancements in technology, it'd be easier to keep them in shape. You think so, too, and, like, some people come up with, like, with different ways to, like, mitigate some of the issues that do persist on these old cabinets. Some games, like, I'm getting... Wow, this game is just killing me now. I'm almost dead. This has been a very mediocre run. I may do it later. I don't know. I don't want that stream going for too long. What are we looking at? Hour 45. Yeah. Maybe I'll break my own rule. Most of the hits I'm taking because I'm messing with my gun. Some people have, like, because many of the... I know some people have messed around with the projection screen monitors, like getting projectors, like stuff you find at, like, schools, and using a mirror system and, like, getting that to work to bring the projector screens back, in a way. Which is kind of cool. It doesn't really work for CRT-based projection screen monitors, though. And for games like,
Life up!
like House of the Dead 2 Super Deluxe, I mean, you can use whatever screen you want in that, because it's just... There's no screen flashing for the guns to work. It's just a bunch of IR sensors around the screen, which is sort of like the system I'm using for my gun for IR here. But LEDs, and then the sensor inside the gun, which basically works with those LEDs and kind of draws the XY coordinates on the screen based on where you're aiming.
Forget about her.
And that's just how it works. So you can use whatever screen. Typically, I would see House of the Dead big screen cabinets, and like they had LCDs just thrown in them. The LCDs were like a bit shorter than the projection screens that were used. I completely forgot about the light up. That's pretty like a crucialness. But it can be done. Like, the stuff can be repaired. It does take time and dedication. It can definitely vary depending on the game. Whatever the hardware you choose to get your hands dirty with. Go for the clones. Not the clones. It's a cool boss. Cool concept, just hard. So, because rank is so low, you see how he's taking less hits to go down. That's the rank system in play. still need to play Luigi's Mansion Arcade, now that I think about it. I don't think I've ever played that game. And so many arcades have it. Mostly Dave & Buster's
Impossible.
locations.
You can't take them on with just
Really
a
want to
gun.
try it out. Looks fun. I've actually never played the original Luigi's Mansion, like the GameCube game, but it looks like it's got a fun kind of Ghostbuster feel to it, and they kept that in the game. Like, you're literally using vacuum cleaners and sucking up ghosts, and has the same control scheme. Like a similar control scheme and rules as the GameCube game, which is pretty cool, honestly. Pretty sick. More of these side guys. Have you tried past Silent Hill Arcade? A little bit. I haven't had too much time on it. The only cabinet I've ever played of Silent Hill the Arcade is at Galloping Ghost in Illinois, and their cabinet's not in good shape. It's any minute now. It's another one of those games, unfortunately, where it uses a big projection screen monitor and screen flashing, and if the monitor craps out, the game is basically unplayable. I have played the PC port, I should explain. I put port in quotes, though. Let me just focus here, I'm sorry. Yeah, too slow. Ah, man. We need to practice this. Maybe I should shoot more like this. Maybe that works. Shoot him as he's splitting into two, and then the real version of him will recoil, and then you can shoot him. Yeah, so Silent Hill Arcade is playable on PC. I've tried a little bit of it. It kept crashing for me. So people these days, like, because these games are getting harder to find, people have just dumped the hard drive and gotten the games playable on PC, which has a lot of legal problems with that, but I think it's only a matter of time before something will be done about it. But until then, people could play stuff like Silent Hill the Arcade on PC. It's not like Konami really is in any rush to actually port the game either. When did Silent Hill come out? The arcade game, like what? 2006? It was like running on Windows XP or something. It was a weird system. So I guess it's a way for people to play it. And so if people want to take the legal risk, they can go for it. I do not really condone that type of behavior, though I'm kind of a hypocrite because I have dabbled in it. But it does kind of suck, I mean, but I guess there is a reason why those games don't get included. You know, just like them games really aren't as big as what they once were. And it's, I guess, like, you could try to, like, find ways to innovate the genre, but I think there's only so much you can do. But with that said, I mean, it's still a fun genre, and I want it to survive as much as possible. And there's still new Light Gun games coming out, which is nice.
Life up.
But if Silent Hill the Arcade being playable on PC is like a way for, you know, it gives more accessibility to the game than it was before, I guess I'm happy for that. Because if I recall correctly, I think some round ones have it.
Sir Vampire.
No round ones near me ever had the machine, but there are some. I think one in Texas has one still.
No. Please let me.
I may have to
I'll
check
hold
the
them off
Silent
for
Hill
sure.
wiki again, because they have a list of Silent Hill Arcade locations.
Leave at once. Sir Vampire has suffered enough.
And the game itself is okay. It's like House of the Dead, basically,
So be it.
but with Silent Hill
If
monsters.
this is what you want,
It's like a
I
hodgepodge
must
of
stop you here.
Silent Hill 2, 3, and 4 assets. The story's kind of neat because it apparently, I'm not like a Silent Hill expert, but apparently it ties into a, wow, I missed that. It ties into a newspaper clipping that you can get in Silent Hill 2. So the story actually has ties to the lore. I don't know if there's any, like, if it actually is like a canon game, or like if it's just kind of like a spin-off, maybe a spin-off, but it does have ties to Silent Hill games. The gunplay's okay, and it has some branching paths. It's kind of creepy and weird. I imagine playing the cabinet was cool because you had those, the surround sound and then the curtains around you, so it was dark. So the horror atmosphere was still there. Dude, emulating RSPSC 3? That's news to me. I know RSPSC 3, there's a fork of that for some Namco, like good games, but they're having legal issues with that. Yeah, my gun's fucked up. I'm gonna have to fix that. Maybe I'm like naturally shooting too hard, but like, you kinda have to like shoot quickly in this game. Almost got hit by that projectile. There's a fork of RSPC 3 that's worked on some Namco games, but I've seen footage of people getting the games running on PC. I've not really dabbled in that. But it's stuff like Dark Escape 40, Deadstorm Pirate Special Edition.
Leave at once.
I haven't heard of Silent Hill Arcade being playable on it. Man. Because it's not like... Because it's... The Silent Hill Arcade's board is like... It's not PS3 based. It's like Windows XP on it. It's like just a computer-based system, like with really old specs. Going into this fight with 2 lives is not really good, so it's probably not gonna last too long. And the new Castlevania, Castlevania the Arcade, which is another unported
It's your way.
Konami game for like-gun games. I haven't played it. Like, you can actually, because it's an interesting game because it uses like a whip controller, like a PlayStation Move, and you're whipping and firing stuff, and it kind of works with my gun, but the controls feel really delayed, and there's some graphical glitches that make the final boss pretty much unplayable. So I kind of decided not really to mess too much with it. Plus, I'm focusing on this game, so I figure like I should just focus on one game at a time. Just avoid mastering it or whatever. See how Diane goes here. Yeah, this is probably ended the game. Oh well. I'm gonna have to look at my gun just like all of it. Like, I make the click like this, it should register. Maybe I have to push it like really hard, but like sometimes it doesn't. It's very weird. So that was a bit close to the final boss again. What are we looking at in terms of time? So we're close to the 2-hour mark. I'm tempted to do one more run, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna think fast here. I'll do one. Screw it. I'm kind of breaking my own rule. I'll do one more run. I kind of have one more run in me. Because that run really... I should have reset. Because of gun issues. I'll skip cutscenes.
We're
I think I've seen some Silent Hill Arcade 1cc videos of it. I just really... I know it is possible, I just haven't really, like, looked too much into it. I kind of understand the scoring strat, though. A lot of it having to do with, like, getting combos by not missing shots and just shooting enemies after they're dead on the ground. And you get more points. It's a lot like Evil Knight from Konami. Same thing. Although a bit more interesting than Evil Knight because it's an actual combo system. The fear mechanic in Dark Escape. Oh yeah. It's kind of a cool concept, but it's like, for most people, they're just gonna get scared by the jump scares. And I actually don't even know exactly what it does. Like, punishes you, so does it like make the game get really hard or something? I'm not like too familiar with it. I haven't played Dark Escape 4D too much. I find that game pretty like hard. It actually is possible to beat Dark Escape 4D without dying. There are videos of it online. It was impressive. I saw those runs, and I'm like, this is just incredible play. I haven't really looked too much into it. Apparently it makes getting the good ending harder. Oh wow, some methods with endings?
Who are you?
That's rough. So you have
the
to...
creatures of the dark. Vampire hunters.
You really can't mess around. You have to just, like, not fall for the jump scares then.
Life up.
I have to life up. Despite having really bad accuracy. 60% or higher is typically where I should be. Taking a sip of water. A bit thirsty. Makes the aiming harder. So it basically just handicaps you. It does everything in its power to handicap you. That's rough. I guess, I don't know,
As might have been expected of a vampire hunter.
watch like jump scare videos, Five Nights at Freddy's playthroughs, something, I guess. Try to prep yourself before playing it, and so you get used to the jump scares. Or just watch footage of the playthrough, I guess, for the game would be more productive. Just watch the full playthrough and then memorize what's going to happen. It seems like it's a very memorization-heavy game. There's barely any help. I've seen it at lots of arcades, I just haven't really played it too much. I played it with a friend, and we weren't doing well at the game, but we didn't really care. We were just playing and having fun and screaming and laughing. I guess that's really the highlight of Dark Escape 4D. The scary moments. I mean, most people are never, like, gonna beat the game, but, like, the moments in which you are playing the game, you're like, there's some scary moments and some cool set pieces that you do get to see. I'm getting better at saving these people, which is good.
What am I doing here?
The game's unforgiving. Yeah, you just lose so much life. It's kind of weird. I feel like they should have... I wish it was more like Deadstorm Pirates. I think Deadstorm Pirates is kind of tricky with mounted guns, but I find that game a lot more forgivable, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's because I played the PS3 version with PlayStation Move, but you can take a lot of hits before dying. And the game gives you lots of opportunities to earn life back. Whereas Dark Escape 4D seems like the opposite of all that. There's also that
Why is
weird
this happening?
Sailor Zombie game, which is like Dark Escape 40. It's another turret-based shooter. Next it's like a Japanese idol group or something, and like the members are zombies, and you have to like use the power of love or something to like get them out of their zombie trance and make them become human again. It's a really weird game, and it was only for Japan. That's another game that people have got working on that fork of RSPS3. My gripes is not a Lycan, or uses more like a turret gun. Yeah, that's kind of a gripe for me too. I prefer wired guns. Turret guns, there's some turret games that actually aren't impossible if you know what you're doing, like Deadstorm Pirates and even the Transformers games. Like, you can like clear them without getting hit. But yeah, the turret, it's a completely different skill set than using a light gun. It's something I'm not good at. It's like operating, it's hard to explain. It's like operating a giant joystick, but like you don't have free reign to like aim it wherever. You have to kind of tilt it and move it in certain ways. It's really weird. And it's like, and imagine trying to be accurate with that, with like moving targets. It's so hard, and many of those turret games have like boss fights that kind of take advantage of that. With really erratic moving targets, and like for most people will struggle with the turret guns to get it. But with a wired gun like this, it shouldn't be too much harder. House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn, for example, like many of those phases, like I think are pretty manageable with the machine gun. But something like Transformers Human Alliance, like Sunburn, the Starscream fight, with a wired gun on Technoparrot, the game's a lot easier, but with a mounted turret gun, it's suddenly just so much harder. And yeah, totally, with the weight, that's another factor. I do like watching like people play turret games at a good level and just see them operate. I've seen a few. Bill Robb on YouTube is an example who's like 1cc like Deadstorm Pirates, Dark Escape 40, the Deadstorm Pirates Special Edition in both Transformers games. Those all use turret guns. So there's some turret games like you actually can get good at them. Is it within my expertise right now? No. Maybe I should, like... I know I mostly play Scarlet Dawn and Dave & Buster's, but maybe if they have... Reload! If they have one of the Transformers games, or Deadstorm Pirates Special Edition, I'll try it out. Good headshots there. Barely got hit there. Or barely, almost got hit. I don't know. I can't even tell. It was pretty stressful, especially the later boss fights. It's hard to multitask. But I have multi-brawler, so I have to try to multitask, I guess. There you go. No damage. Stage 1 and 2. Again.
Protect the humans.
I was thinking about doing a video of Transformers Human Alliance once he's seeing it on Technoparrot, but kind of feeling iffy about like posting videos related to those things because they're newer arcade games and technically shouldn't be playable on PC, but people are just dumping the hard drives and think it's only a matter of time before Sega will, like, take action, so I won't mess around with that. It is 1CCable, though. You can even beat the game without getting hits. It's a lot easier with using an IR gun like Gun for IR, but it can be done with the mounted guns. There are videos of it, which is pretty impressive. I still need to play this sequel. What's it called? Shadows Rising. I've actually not seen that in the arcade. So I'll have to keep my eyes peeled. If I see it, I'll give it a go and let you guys know what I think. Take the left path. So shoot those statues. Sonic the Hedgehog vampires. Flamethrower guy should be next. What the sound design when killing those guys? Potion or whatever that is. Decent stuff. Life up on the top. Let's go rapid fire there. So if I got hit there, there would have been a life up. Oh, got the garlic. Nice. Bit of RNG that goes into those, where those items appear.
What happened to my family?
I think rank actually changes the speed of those projectiles too. So I've noticed playing dwarfs, like on that last run, the fire comes at you way slower. So, because that's the first time, and I didn't take a hit up until that point. I guess that's why the flames were just moving like scarily fast. Way easier to shoot them and finish them off in the walk-in. It's when they send the projectile that it's harder to actually go for them. Like, point. Okay, save that guy and try to save her next. Got it.
That was close.
Get a life back.
Thank you.
Light up.
So we'll enter Flame Boss at 5 lives then. Move for the body. Wasting accuracy. I should really stop going for him, but I try to really want to get that chip damage. There should be an item in this room. I got it. Now. So that's random, but got the item in that little stash there. You run through that room so quickly, it's very, very easy to miss it. But I got it that time, which is cool. Whee! So these guys, the characters in this game are like half vampire, half human. So it kind of explains why they get to do all these crazy jumps. They got most of the weaknesses of humans, but they still have some vampire powers in them. I guess if I understand correctly. The lore in this game is pretty interesting. I should know all this. I'm like one of the House of the Dead wiki admins. It's actually been a while since I've worked on Vampire Knight content in the wiki. There's a decent amount of storytelling left. Oh man, I hate that phase. When he goes back and forth like that, that really throws me off. Something like that, like that's a definite circular motion. That's a bit more manageable. Okay, and then final phase. Blood move. And 2 more times, I think, should be enough. Yes, and 1 more. Let's get it. Yeah, got it. You can unlock bits of story you can read in game too. Yes. So like finishing the training missions and the boss practice stuff. There's a little book that has tons of lore on the characters. It's pretty neat. Also some artwork that you don't normally see. I'll have to like rip the textures with the emulator and get it on the wiki somehow. There's a lot of cool images. It's kind of funny how like the websites for this game are all dead. One of which had Flash, and most of the pages are dead. So who knows how much of the content was actually like lost to time. So it may be worth it to look into the textures for this.
He deserved it.
You still can't forget about her.
Long and dropped out suicide. Yeah, that's basically it.
What do you know?
He created the
have
2
lost,
vampire hunters
the pain I
to
have
end his own
suffered.
life, and then he decided, you know what, I'm actually afraid of
let's see
dying,
what a
so
human
I'm gonna
can do.
try to stop the 2 vampire hunters I created to end my own life. And
There's no need to thank us.
they will just continue on their mission.
We're here too.
They will not stop.
They're coming.
So I guess, in a technicality, a 1cc is like the canon version of the story, because the vampire hunters don't actually fail. I gotta go for that. Okay, there's the light. So now we're at max level. Okay, we get the coral. Okay. And that item in the far distance. We got it. And like this guy, Raul, basically, he became a vampire because and joined the main antagonist in his vampiric army. Because I believe like I believe this guy's wife was killed to humans, and he started to have a hatred for humans. And the Vampire King's like, why don't you join me and become a vampire and help me rule over humanity? And this guy's like, sure. At least that's the gist of it. I almost got it. Too slow. A few missed shots can like make it so that he's like one hit away. He was like one hit away from stopping the phase, but because I missed a few too many shots early on, that resulted in failure. It was a valiant effort, and we'll keep going. Save her, and then, assuming I get the right branching path,
Impossible.
2 more people
You
to
can't
save.
take them on with just a gun.
Okay. Okay, save her. You have to kill those 2 enemies fast enough or else she gets knocked down. Great. Okay, I'm not getting a pretty fun. I didn't save everyone. Kinda got hit. That sucked. I saved one of the 3, but even if I have enough accuracy, because accuracy and people save both go into life ups. Even if I have a high enough accuracy, I didn't save enough people, so it won't be good enough. All right, this boss again. I gotta do this. Like, spread my shots a bit. Okay, that went better. I think I'm getting the hang on that particular phase. It's just the opening phase that kind of throws me off a bit. This guy again. That phase. If you're too slow for that phase, you don't take damage, but you have to deal with all those projectiles. So, it's good to at least try to stop it. Okay. So this phase, you can actually get some decent damage on him. Those hitboxes, though, are kind of freaking me out. Okay. It's pretty good. I don't know if I'll get the light up. Let's see. Probably not enough. Yeah, not enough. So there are 2 life ups in this stage. I'll try to get the first. I was really failing to save those 2 villagers. That was definitely resulted in no lives, but we'll keep going.
Please wait! Sir Vampire!
Life up. Yeah, you can. Okay, so you can kind of like shoot that through the bridge. So you can collect it pretty quickly. That's good. phase.
I must stop you here.
Hit the spam shots really quickly.
Leave at once.
Can't see the projectiles.
Reload.
And then these three are gonna attack targets. If you can kill like 2 of the 3 quickly, that's the best. But like having multiple of those flying guys send projectiles is pretty dangerous. They're kind of cool looking enemies. Like how every stage has like different enemies based on like the elemental motifs of the boss. It's pretty cool design.
Leave at once.
Life up coming here.
Light up.
So just get that life back. We'll see how this fight goes, and if I can manage to beat this fight without getting hit, big if there, that may be enough
So
to
you
get
have
a
come
bonus
this
life,
far.
and then we'll enter the final
But I
boss
cannot
at
let
max
you go
health.
any further.
Max life, I
It's
think,
your
seems
way.
to be the best bet for the final boss. To make up for some crappy hits that can happen. Never mind. Wow. You get the rhythm going, and if you enter her cancel gauge, you'll repel the attack, and any projectiles that she has will get destroyed. Shooting her as fast as possible. Yeah. Okay. Definitely a hit there. So if I get the life back, I'll be at 4, and then that'll be
Little one.
roughly where
What you said may
we
be
were
true.
before in that one run, when we reached last boss.
And farewell,
Man, this game is so hard.
my beloved vampire.
Alright. So let's see if we get that life. If we go to 4, otherwise we're stuck at 3. Oh man, I wanted that life up. That sucks. So 3 lives going into the final boss really isn't so hot. This will be my final run, so if I die, I'll finish the rest of the fight. Maybe at least I can get a higher score. It's not a full completion.
Stay here.
The end to
Let me try this out. You gotta pay attention here because it's sometimes hard to see those bats. Yeah, that's a hit. That's first job. Yeah. Okay. Sometimes that's veer off screen a bit, which is kind of scary. Well, veer off screen and then come back on screen at the last second. Ah. Oh, God, he's doing that attack again. Oh well. I'll finish it off here. Man, you got a like rapid fire on that phase. Yeah, that was close to the final phase as well. Why you? This is like the phase I died at last time. I really hate that phase. The way he moves, I cannot keep up with it. I gotta practice that. Also, that phase, the water phase, is a bit of a pain as well. It's a tiny hitbox. You see what I mean? Even if you reach this boss in like 5 lives, like you can still like steamroll you. These phases are really hard to stop. Especially that one. I hate that phase. I think it's random when how he moves back and forth. Alright. Stupid. Because I missed the shot there. It's had to deal with those projectiles. There you go. Did that phase again. Like, he was slow enough to switch to phase 3. So this one is go for the head. For the call. nasty, man. I feel like just with rank even if you're like dying and continuing, like, it doesn't seem like it actually makes it any easier. I like the other bosses. Oh well. Yeah, this is a total moneymaker. Like, I had some bad RNG, but like, when he chose that red phase with the coals spinning around on his hand, that's like one of the worst phases to me.
We are not what we were 300 years ago. The girl, she changed us. She gave us the warmth of that of a human. We shall disappear with you.
Yeah, it's so nasty, even at like
no
low
regrets.
health. I'm gonna have to watch some footage of how Kaz deals with that phase. Maybe I'm not shooting the right part of the body. Maybe like certain parts of his body are like armored, and I'm shooting the armored bits, so it doesn't actually
6 months later.
damage him.
I'm alive. I shall not forget. My heart shall remember all.
That tends to happen on this game. Just the final boss is just...
That
oh.
moment. And what happened.
I think for the getting better at the stage 4 clone phases, I guess. I guess it would be a bad idea to reach him at max health, though, but you kind of want to do it. Because at max health, then the rank is up, but you want max health so you can just make up for all this stuff. You know, in case he has some bad moves that catch you off guard. Did it beat my PB? I scored 2,000 points higher, but lost 3 credits. 79493. So that's something. 79493. Change that, I guess. I feel like most of my accuracy... I don't know if the game keeps track of accuracy in the final stage against the boss, but I imagine all that would just be kind of thrown away because you're rapid firing at the boss. I guess that'll be it for me. I'll raid someone. I'll raid Pasky, arcade streamer I follow. He's pretty cool. He's trying the 1cc in an equally hard game. Some Chinese brawler beat-em-up game called Oriental Legend Super. It's very hard. He's been spending several streams trying to 1cc it. I'm going to give him a raid. I appreciate guys for sticking around, watching the stream, and I'll see you guys next time. I'll have to come up with a schedule whenever I can. Let's raid Pasky. But yeah, I'll see you guys. Let's raid Pasky and check out his 1cc attempts on Oriental Legend Super. Alright, take care, guys.